Alrighty, welcome back. It's still Lagos Talks 91.3 FM and with your favorite radio, GenZ.
Yep.
Yes. We said we are going to have the other guest, so we had to go and fetch him. We went to bring him. Went to go and use. We used
It was not easy.
It was not easy.
It was not easy.
You guys, we dragged, we packed, we carried him like this, and we're begging. We knelt down and said, "Please, sir, you need to come."
You know, it's funny when I usually watch when I was watching his YouTube content with I thought maybe I was like the problem actually.
From the beginning, actually, you would think,
but like bringing him to the studio, I think I can actually vibe with her.
You think so? But anywho, guys, who we have here today, we have Tobe.
So now I can say wow.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Tobe, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
First of all, Tobe, are you a Muslim or a Christian?
I'm a Christian. I'm also Igbo.
Wow.
I'm Delta Igbo.
Oh, Delta Igbo. Where in Delta are you from?
Ila, Oshimili North.
My brother! Take it.
Now,
local government. Yes, baby. From Kalakuno.
Okay.
That's my village.
I'm from Ila.
We're not far. We're brother and sister, bro. We get talent.
I wish I was here. I wish you was here.
Even if after you see you, I want maybe come maybe from where is that place before Cotonou? Badagry. Are you maybe you're
you're battery
it's true. Please let me welcome for you. This one is not your leg and your head down. It's not wheelchair. Alright, so welcome to the show today. It's good to have you here. I mean, seeing you on screen. Your looks on screen does not do justice as much as you look here.
Oh, thank you.
You look so cute, handsome, and young.
Thank you so
much. You look pretty younger here. I don't know if it's the hair.
I'm young. I'm 23. I just turned 23.
Oh,
that's a Gen Z.
That's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
Why you they tag along? Old school.
They are Gen Z now.
See this baba. Anyways, so I'm just saying, like on screen, obviously you look bigger, you look more mature. Maybe it's the character and the role you play and everything. Yes. So what's up with you? Tell us about life. What have you been up to? We saw the new skits. Is it skit? I'll call it now. Or YouTube video.
YouTube, yes. YouTube series.
The series.
I think life is quite interesting. I just finished law school not too long
ago.
Wow. Really?
I'm not sure that is out online.
Yeah, no, so it is. I
didn't tell us.
So to be fair, my result is not out. So I'm not
okay.
The result is out.
This is letting know that some of us like this. We are going to you like this.
The result is out. I don't know if
you don't know that you pass.
Yes,
so you don't want to allow this.
Let me just pass and post.
That kind of you don't have mouth.
You do 5 years in university in Nigeria, and then you have to do 1 year in law school. And when I did my first 5 years, it was easy. I wouldn't say it was easy, but it was quite easy for me. But when I remember going to law school, I'm like, wow.
No.
This one is not easy.
Is it public school or private school?
I went to University of Benin. I lived
really?
Yes. I graduated from university.
Not Lagos.
No, I didn't live in
Lagos. We always think that everything happened in Lagos.
So I moved to Lagos when I felt like I could just do more. I lived in Benin my whole life.
Oh,
and then I think I moved when I was 19 or 20.
Wow.
Yes, I just moved and I'm just like, okay, you know what? I want more. I always felt like I wanted more.
And your papa and your mama allow you?
No, so my parents weren't aware. They weren't aware at all.
Okay,
so
just running away child. So how did it happen? Exactly, running away child.
When I started off influencing,
Gen Z. No go to na mama and papa. God.
I remember one day my father said his friend called him that he saw me. I think so. I went for Fashion Week and CNN interviewed me. And my daddy said, "No, it's not my son that is on CNN. Tobe is in school." I said, "Daddy, I'm in school. Daddy, you know I'm in school." And I remember So when I started as a creator, I just wanted I always wanted to look good. I always wanted to be fashionable. So when I actually started out,
you were doing fashion.
Instagram for me was a way to not be myself, which is ironic because now I'm myself. So I've done a complete rebrand. I just wanted to be someone else. I wanted to be cool. And as a young person, it's so funny because you let society define what cool is for you. You have to look a certain way, you have to talk a certain way, you have to act a certain way to be cool. So when I started out, I just wanted to be cool. And I didn't know how to explain to my mommy and daddy that because then also they were influencers, but I didn't know if that was a future. I couldn't say that's my job. I want to be an influencer. So I was just taking pictures, just making videos. And my parents obviously would say, Tobe, are you in school? I would say yes.
Because I don't understand.
Because I would always pass my exam. So, you can't just reconcile. They are like, no, this boy is too serious to not.
The 2 plus 2 was not adding up.
And sometimes my dad will come and he's like, oh, I'm on my way. So my dad lives in the sense like, oh, I'm on my way to Benin. I say,
What are you looking for?
That was a thought.
I'm in night class.
Are you serious?
And let me tell you what's crazy. So there are days that my father can call me by 2. And I'll run to Aja, take a bus to Benin and go back home. You don't understand?
You are joking.
God forbid my father doesn't meet me.
I
was in a long class. I wear black and white. Like, and it happened for so long because I grew up in a family where my sister is a doctor, my 2 brothers are engineers, and I studied law. So we are very academic. Like every time I speak to my dad, he's like, okay, so when are you doing the masters? So now that you're done with law school, you can get your master. So are you doing your LLM first?
You shall finish school first.
He wants me to
do your dad's own.
I must do my parents. And so also now I've grown older, I always tell myself that I genuinely like education.
Right.
For the longest time, I feel like as young people, we're taught that, there's so much outside of life. There's so much like, education. Well, and I always wonder why. We're meant to see education as something that kind of stops you from finding your passion. But I always see, if I wasn't educated, I wouldn't have so much.
Yeah, gone this far.
Yeah, it's such a privilege to be educated. And I always tell people, like I say, as a young person, get that degree. It's so important to tell yourself that. So whenever he insults me, you can't say, oh, he's stupid, because I say, well, I'm a lawyer. And it reminds me that, well, one day if this doesn't work out, I will go and I will use my
something
degree.
else.
Well, do you understand? Yeah, so with my parents, I always hid it until I just couldn't hide it anymore. I think at the point where I rented my house, my parents were. So the good thing is, when you're hiding, you also cannot spend money. Yes, he knows the allowance is giving me. So when I started earning, I was working with Coca-Cola for 6 months before my father knew I was an influencer.
Wow.
And I had done so many campaigns, and sometimes his friends would say, oh, I saw Tobe here. And they say, no, it's not my Tobe. Because I was in the house, I was the one who wasn't working. All my siblings had other jobs. Wow. So I'm like, Tobe, what are you doing with your time? And I'll say, just reading, just studying. And I say, that's my son. That's just like your father. You're a reader. God. And I remember when eventually, like I just told him one day, oh, I'm going home. And he's like, where is home? I'm like, Daddy, at this point. And they're going to the point where we can't hide this.
Let's don't pretend anymore.
I know you're an Igbo man. I know you don't want me to move out without telling Daddy, I live in Lagos. And I think for the beginning, it was such a shock to him because I'm also the last child. And all my siblings were still living in Benin. And he's like, what gave you the mind to just wake up and move? And I'll tell him, and I always tell him when he talks to me, I'm like, Daddy, you inspire me a lot because this is how you would have behaved. And I always say, if I saw a chance and I didn't take it, you would have been mad at me. When influencing presented itself, I'm like, okay, let's do that. So yeah, I just moved. I just upped and moved one day. And I started school. I rented house. I packed some things from my house in school to my house.
Your house in Lagos.
So when I remember leaving, and everybody in my uni was like, "Oh, everybody's wondering what are you doing next?" I'm like, "They're not doing it."
Yeah, because you're not done with school.
Yeah, exactly.
So how did you shuffle school from the distance? Like you.
So I'm not gonna lie. It was tough. So I think mostly it takes sacrifice. Because I remember there are certain days. I have a very supportive family. So my siblings, amazing guys. I remember this time I had a test the next day, but I also had to work. Also, because a huge chunk of being a creator, you need to get paid. And I always tell creators, you need to ensure you're getting paid because there are certain sacrifices you must make. So, and at the time, I wasn't financially buoyant enough to fly in and out of Lagos. So I would enter a bus every single time. I remember one time, so obviously I'd gone to the station, I didn't need to enter a bus. I can't enter a private car.
Yeah, you'd be growing. Yes.
Let me see
from Okada to growing. So I got to the level where you enter a private car, and I remember having a test. And I had read all day for the test, but for some reason, I think I couldn't. So if the test was on Friday, I couldn't travel on Thursday. And I had spent my whole Thursday. I remember one MVCA, I was reading in the MVCA. I said, God, I need to finish my civil law. I need to finish. And that was so funny because, and sometimes my sister tells me, she's like, how did you know you could do it? I'm like, I didn't know.
You're just trying.
I just tried. Do you understand? I remember when I was graduating, my friends were like, so I would have friends, I say, oh, Tobe, I'm surprised you're graduating just based on the fact that you're always traveling. And I'm like, but it's not like I'm having fun. I'm just trying to make a living. Do you understand? And yeah,
but at that time, your siblings knew. Yeah, sorry, your for your parents, for your dad. What about your mom?
So my mom knew that I loved media.
Mothers.
Because for her, it was also such a disconnect because she had to not tell my dad. Do you understand?
Okay.
And she would say, Tobe, please don't make me lie to my husband. They don't know now. Let me help you. Wait, Tobe, she said, Tobe, don't make me lie to my husband. I said, okay, mommy, let me do it. Let me not tell you. So I would tell my siblings when I'm traveling. So my mother can say, "Where is your baby brother?" They say, "Let's add him on conference call." She will not ask me where. She doesn't. Because a youth organizer. Yes. She knows that obviously, because I used to stay in her sister's house in Lagos, so of course she knows where. She knows I'm safe. Do you understand? But she's just like, Tobe, why you do? You know, to say, what will I tell my husband? Now he's calling my phone. What do you mean you're in Lagos? So many times I just value my parents because I'm like, you guys are really. The support has been, and I remember when, it's not the easiest in the final year saying, Daddy, Mommy, I'm not doing internship. I want to focus on my influencing because it's also like, you spent 5 years. And I remember when I was going to law school, there were certain times I would break down and I would say, I'm tired, I don't want to be a lawyer. My parents say, you already come this far, just finish.
Just finish.
And that's why we say, support is so important.
It's very important.
Very important. And I always say, if you don't have support, be support for people. That's what I always tell my friends, like, if you don't have support, mirror who you want to be.
But they say you can't actually give what you don't have.
So in actuality, I totally understand that. But I also believe, like, I didn't have a lot of expression growing up. I've never thought I was funny. I've never thought I was funny or I was attractive conventionally. Like I said, I wanted to be cool. But when you start pouring into people, I think there's something so remarkable about giving. Is like you find yourself too. You know that, okay, I can also do this. I want to be this. So I don't compliment. I used to compliment people growing up. Right. But now I compliment people. It's easier for me to accept compliments. Do you understand? So I feel like the more you give out support is hard, but I think the more you give out support,
okay. Tobe is a skit maker. Tobe is an actor. Tobe is a friend of everybody.
Is a footballer.
Influencer. Is a footballer. Tobe they do everything.
Tobe leave one for us now.
Tobe is a chef.
Tobe is not a producer.
Tobe is even a fighter.
He said Tobe is not a producer.
Okay, let's get into that. We're getting into the producing part. Actually, because what brought Tobe here today is actually because of his movie. We saw that he just released a movie or a series on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, and it was mind blowing because it was funny. Like I was like, Tobe, this guy again.
It's funny.
When the friend told me about it, was like, I spoke to Tobe. Tobe just was like, So first of all, I thought it was something related to this guy's movie. Enioluwa, yes. I said, hey, about you and Enioluwa. How did you guys meet? Because I see that you guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, Eni is my brother, and I always say
he's your brother. I agree. Yeah, from another mother.
We met years ago. He's one of my oldest friends in the industry, but like also outside of the industry. So when I would move to Lagos, Eni and I, Eni also came from Ekiti, so it was easy to find like common ground. He also was he was getting his master's done. I was in university. We came from smaller cities too, so we just always talk. One day we're going to be big, and when we're big, we're going to do this. And sometimes when I see us living in answered prayers, I'm like, we don't pray about this thing. I'll be like, you know what's right. So we've been friends for. I can't imagine a time where I didn't know any. And it's so funny. I always say like you're my twin brother. Like I can't imagine a time.
And you guys are actually like twin brothers.
Yeah, I actually look alike.
You look alike, exactly. The difference is just that he's a bit lighter than you, just slightly.
Yes. I saw that the contents put up on your Instagram about the AMVC. And how you met Eni at your stylist place too.
Tell us about that.
We work with almost the same people because the end of the day when you're friends with somebody and you're able to take your picture, please call the person that can take my picture.
No stress.
And it's so easy. And also like having friends, just like both of you now. I'm sure you're amazing friends because we work together. It's so easy. It's like easy to say, come, I don't like this thing I'm getting. Tell them to like.
Yeah, I mean, we do that a lot.
Tries, exactly. He's checking me and he's saying, so we see this one, better remove it. And I'm like, hey, did you see this? Remove this capsule. Don't let anybody. And it's so
right, I like it.
It's just an amazing.
You guys are actually really good friends. You guys make me want to have a brother, or rather a baby sister. But I'm the last girl.
Man, I need to fight too. Needs to fight. So those funnies actually don't even fight, but our fight is so silly. Like on my birthday, you said 4 things. On your own, I said 5. And you see, you are not.
Okay, you guys, that's not fine. You guys are just petty.
Yeah, like easy banter, very easy.
Very easy banter. But you take that personal.
So no, we're not really taking it personal. But I say on your birthday, I will say 4 words.
Right.
On your, I used to write long thing. You said 4. This birthday 4. I counted it. Tobe is amazing. On your birthday 4. Any is amazing. So
wow.
You guys are not
like
serious.
a pistol.
No, I said this is not a pistol for you. Hey, yeah, so
how are you guys serious?
We barely fight. Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I love your connection. I love the friendship between you guys, and I really appreciate it. And when I saw you guys do things together, to be honest, or when I see you guys do things together, it just gladdens my heart, because you know it's not just easy to see two people from different world coming together to become this close, to become friends, not just friends, brothers. That you know, I'm sure you guys tell yourselves things. It's not easy, especially in the female world, but my gender, I don't know, not trying to shade anybody, but or shame anyone, but I'm just saying that sometimes it's just difficult to get that type of friendship. What's your take on Priscilla and we'll get back to the movie, but what's your take on Priscilla and Annie's relationship, their friendship?
I think it's so amazing. So I remember. So Priscilla is also a very dear.
Did you always knew that they were just friends, or you thought it was going to go somewhere else?
No. So to be fair, also please, I'm not going to answer in details, but I'm going to say Annie is an amazing friend, and Priscilla is even such an amazing friend. And I remember, like, when all of us hang out together, I'm like, oh my god, like, you know, you meet people, and I said this, you meet people who rock your world, and just remind you that I'm just happy here. And I think every time I would hang out with either of them, that's just always how I felt. Like, how can't people just make you so happy that
comfortable around them?
Genuinely, and I've had my share of not having amazing friends in the past, but every time Priscilla are very amazing, and Ella are very amazing. And when I hang out with both of them, it's like people just want the best for me. Like, also maybe because they're older than me, so I get the vibe that people are looking out for me. Like, it's so feel good. When Annie and Priscilla, it was my take on their friendship. They're amazing friends. What am I supposed to say?
Fun facts from the outside, we don't even know. If you just say it now, we don't know that they are both older than you. You guys look like age range.
Okay,
you guys look like your old.
We know about the group, the Gen Z group.
So there's just maybe like 1 more year, but they like to sometimes say, "Tobe, am I your mate?"
Especially Annie.
Yes, I'm not getting there. You're older brother. He said, like, yeah. So yeah. I remember, I was like, oh, don't piss me off this hot afternoon.
Right.
He said, I'm your senior brother's age mate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about Priscilla's getting
moving
married?
on?
Yeah, leaving your
circle.
Wow. It is amazing, and every time I see, I love, by the way, just disclaimer. It is so amazing. I remember being at the wedding, and then I was just, I am a feeler. So there's certain moments that are just like in my mind, I'm just like, wow.
No.
Like, this is my Sheila. Like, because I remember Prissy's 21st birthday.
Wow.
And I remember it so clearly. Because, you know, you make jokes. Like, you're like, you're so married. Like, you know how you tease your friends? And I'm like, you married? Like,
wait, how old is Priscilla?
She's 23. No, I think she's 24 because she's 1 year older than me.
She's 24 now.
And I just turned 23.
Okay.
And that's crazy.
Wow.
Her 21st birthday.
Wow.
A year ago, we were on set. And you know when you're just teasing people, and I'm just like, on her wedding day, and I remember saying her text, and like, I'm so proud of you, because there's certain times that you don't realize how much you've grown with people. It's when you look back at it. And I'm like, Prissy, what do you? I remember your 25th. Like, I remember dancing with you.
Yeah.
And now you're married. Like, it's so beautiful. It's so. I'm so proud of her.
And soon will be a mother.
Like, at the end of the day, that's the goal for every couple, to be honest. And I'm like, I'm so proud of both of you. I love both of you. Like, I'm just a soft boy.
But you didn't go to the Tanzania one.
No, I'm not. I don't have that type of money, people. I want to.
Stop now.
That's a lie.
Stop now.
I don't have that type of money. I'm just a boy. I'm a lawyer. You see, I'm a student.
I'm just a boy.
No,
I'm just a student.
You're just a student. I'm waiting for your results.
Please do that result. My call to buy in Jesus' name, Rabash. I will come back and testify.
Don't worry, nothing. You are going to make it. I trust you. You're smart. You're a smart boy. You're intelligent.
If you're listening to this and you've written the bar exam, I'm sure you know why I'm scared. But so it's also not the easiest. But I think God is in control.
He is. Don't worry. It's not going to be like WAEC.
Jam.
It's not going to be like jam.
I'm jam. Even WAEC now.
WAEC,
okay, no, WAEC's own was that they wrote into the night. I don't know if you guys saw that story.
Yeah.
In some states they wrote into the night. I'm like,
and it just makes me so sad.
What's going on? What do you think about the situation of the educational situation in Nigeria?
So I always say, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I remember when we were younger, so I always feel.
Tobe say when we were younger. Okay. Continue. When you were younger. It's okay.
I got 14, right? Because I entered uni at 15. Yes. So
okay, you were really younger.
Also, I was younger. and I remember, so things haven't always been so amazing. But I think there's a current. We are getting so used to nothing, to the barest minimum. Like, and I hate it for us because you cannot. I write, and I always say when you beat children into silence, like it feels like they have beat every Nigerian into quiet. Like you cannot. If you complain, you are the problem. Like, and certain things I'm surprised at, and it makes me sad because I'm like this instance of why are children writing into the night?
I don't understand.
Why are you setting jam for 6:30? You know, we've normalized so many things under the guise of training that you've lost what really matters to you. Because as a young person, why are you making me write an exam? So have we done research that says, okay, it is better off to write this exam by 6:30 a.m.? Because I think a lot of things, and so I went to a federal school, and there's anything some lecturers will say, and it's more so we're training you. Yeah, when you're a lawyer in Nigeria, you know you're. But I sometimes
you
wonder.
Won't understand now. It's when you go older, we are training you to become. Oh my God!
And it just makes me sad because I'm like, are you training me or are you punishing me? Where do we draw the line? Where does discipline become just bad behavior? Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so I wonder when people say, "Oh, when a child writes exam by 6:30 a.m., it's discipline." I also wonder.
It's discipline, and then at that time their brain is opening up and everything. And in my head, I'm like,
are they even? So if you think it's discipline, are there measures put in place to ensure the children are safe?
Exactly.
Because that's also a reality. You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot juxtapose the reality of life. Do you understand? It's just like saying, "Oh, I want to train you, but I don't have the money to train you." So what then happens?
But I want the best for you.
But I want the best. It's such an irony. And because at the end of the day, I say the only thing in Nigeria is armed with is hope.
Right.
We all just hope it gets better.
You just hope.
Because really,
it's just hope. You know, talking about safety, I remember when I was writing my JAMB as well. I mean, so I think I registered a bit late, pretty late, and then my center was somewhere in Ibadan, Ogun State, or thereabouts, and I live in Ikoyi, and traveling all the way just to write one paper, one exam rather. And my mom was like, "I don't worry, we'll go." So I think what we did that day, we had to go to Prayer City. Slept at Prayer City.
You went the day before?
Yes, now. You want me to start traveling?
Early morning.
That's what happened.
Exactly.
That evening, my mom and I moved to Prayer City first, MFM Church. We slept there. Kukuma said, "Let's join prayer."
You need the prayer.
I didn't do revision and everything. And after it, then the next morning we went to take our shower. So they have this very open bathroom and everything, and we're having our bath. And the next thing I saw smoke in the air, and I was telling my mom, I said, "Now wow, something they burn, maybe something is burning or fire or whatever." I just thought maybe my mom could be burning death or something somewhere. And on our way there, that was during that we think we woke up 6 a.m. to have our bath so that we can, because we don't know anywhere there where we're going to. So my mom said better for us to get there early so that we meet up with the exams. And we got to one, I don't really know those places, the names of those areas here, but we got to one place, after the church. We went further down, and the next thing we noticed that it was a tanker. There was traffic, in fact, so the cars were just going small. I was like almost crying. I was like, "Mom, I'll mix this my exam. What's going on? Look at there's traffic and everything." And then when we got to the front, people were now shouting, "Calm down, run, use your leg, run." It was tanker I was carrying fuel. Do you know that tanker said burning 6 a.m. that I woke up that I saw that smoke till we even got there. I think it was about after 8 or 9. We got to the area, and then they hadn't even done anything to cop the fire or anything.
Yes.
My mom was like, "Okay," so we had to come down from the vehicle. We said now the people abandoned their vehicles and were running. Is why I never run before for my life.
You run, I
run. And then after we finished running, we now got to at least we were lucky. Because people were saying there was fuel on the road, people were saying run because of fire and everything. So we ran and we got to one junction and everything, and then we saw this truck different trucks will be coming. I don't know where they're coming out from. I think there's a construction company around there. As we're coming out, people will be jumping on the truck.
Wow.
How am I supposed to jump? How am I supposed to allow my mother jump on a truck that we don't even know?
We don't know where the truck is going to.
I don't even know where the people were just, because we had a lot of students on the road that said they were going to different places to write their exams. And do you know that we got to the exam very late? I got to the exam about 12 or thereabouts. Yes, with all the workout journey I did. By the time I got there, we were like, you are just coming. Some parents were outside praying. That's when I saw that video of parents praying. I said it was no new. I saw some parents outside praying and worship. They were praying outside. And they were like, you are just coming. Some people were coming too. It wasn't just me. And they were like, hey, yeah, they don't almost finish the exam. How can you put it? They not ask us to enter the exam hall. We enter. They gave us a different hall entirely to stay. Guys. Imagine if you just were telling me that you want to do expo. That's why we want to do expo. That's why we came late. That we have asked people to send us this thing. That's what they used to do. I was crying my eyes. And my mom even started crying. After all the stress and they were waiting, do something happened until they not sent a message around that something happened at Mowe for road or something about the expressway that people should kini.
And that itself is the one way in.
It's one way in and out. So they now had to put us in a different hall. Guess how many time they gave us about 15 minutes, how many minutes to do before I even finish one essay.
They say at time
with tears in my eye, they clean eye like the right exam. And then I'm like, after that day, I said I was never going to write jam in my life again, because that was even my third time of writing jam. And I said never in my life again. I just went to school that I know that I will not need jam and finish up my school. So safety, nobody cares about you at the end of the day. Nobody even care whether why would somebody be writing exam and you are allowing her travel all the way to another state. What happens? Why can't it just cop the size or take the amount of students you can take every year? Or if you don't register early, it's your business. This place is filled up. Only if you know you want to travel outside, that is your business. But know that exactly you get. Well, I mean, let it be an optional thing. Let it not be like, because you register late, then you are getting. Some people even register late and still get another place, or somewhere very far from Lagos and stuff. But it's very bad, and we really need to do better. I'm so sorry that happened
to you, by the way.
Thank you, my brother. But I don't graduate college result house.
God is good.
God is good. So back to your movie. Yeah. So tell us about it. What inspired you to go into the good, the bad, and wahala? Because he good, he bad, and wahala.
And the wahala plenty fast.
First, when I first watching the movie, I was like, what's going on here? Why people insulting your father and your mother up and down? Why people fighting? When I kept watching it, I was still laughing. I was really enjoying the storyline and everything. So yeah, tell us about it. Sorry.
So thank you very much. Good bad and wahala is so just quick shout out to Hawa. She's
my girl,
such a brilliant creator, such a brilliant writer. She wrote the stories, and I remember the first talk I had with her. She's also my partner for the project, and I remember my first conversation with her, and I said, Hawa, let's make a film. And Hawa looks at me like I'm clinically insane sometimes.
Were you guys close?
Yes. My guy. Yeah. We've been friends for like a year now. And I was one of the people that when we met, I'm like, oh yeah, my type of crazy. So I remember when I told Hawa, let's make a film, and I know that Hawa was like, is this boy well? Because and Hawa always tells me, she says, there's an audacity that you have it. Like it's not.
I love something.
There's something there. And it's also because I feel, or I know for a fact, that what makes you a creator is your ability to create. So, and also when I tell people, when people say, oh, influencers are not this or influencers are not that, I find it rather surprising, because influencers are creators, true. And if I stand up one day and I say I want to become a producer or an actor, it doesn't take, they can both exist. Do you understand? Because I remember the first time I did All of Us, it was such a topic of conversation that, why do influencers want to be actors? And I'm like, it's more so I'm an artist, I'm a creator. And however means I choose to express it is left for me. And I remember telling her, and Hawa is like, oh, this boy has gone crazy. You want to make So we had done a couple of videos, and they had done really well. But I also think of longevity with everything I work on. Maybe that's how because I always think built to last. I think of longevity. I'm like, okay, because short form content is amazing, but long form content transcends in the sense that you know that. So now when I walk in here, you will know me for many things, but now you're going to know me for something that sticks, like good, bad, and wahala. It's almost like stamping your name in the test of time. Hawa, phenomenal babe, phenomenal actor. And I remember telling her, she's like, Tobe, I don't know about film right now. You're just doing big. You're just. But I really love Hawa because Hawa listens to me, and I always tell her. Sometimes she doesn't know this, but I will tell her that you didn't motivate me. You don't understand because
low key.
When I see some things,
yes, she is very
I said
motivated.
that thing, and I remember it's because we're sitting in my house. I didn't have a chair then, so we're sitting on the staircase. And I'm just like, Hawa, let's make a film. She just looked at me like, this boy, you just think anyhow. And in the evening, I called her. I said, the film will have you and I in it, so we'll be the lead. And she said, Tobe, please. And then she says, okay, how much? As soon as she said, okay, how much, I said, well, I've made the film. I said,
Oh yeah.
And then I remember us pulling money because we sponsored our film. We didn't have any sponsors at the time.
Wow.
I remember us pulling money together. I remember us saying, okay, I want to look for people that are young, people that I wasn't trying to prove a point. I wanted to make something that feels good to me, that feels funny and that feels happy. So I got an amazing producer as well, Heavens Obuli, an amazing director, Abiodun. And I was just like, okay, this is our project. How do we want it to feel? Hawa and I had decided that we want it to feel like home. We want it to feel old school, but still very new. I find humor very interesting because I don't think I'm funny, but people always tell me I am. I know Hawa is a funny babe.
No, you're funny actually.
So yeah, everybody tells me, and I'm like, well, so I only believe I'm funny because of my brother.
Oh really?
Yeah. Anyway, when we're younger, he just be like, are you okay? Like,
so I think yours is spontaneous. I don't think it's something that you actually, like maybe a stand-up comedy, you want to plan to actually do this thing. It's not like that. It just flows. It's just either your expression or the way you act or the way what you say. It just comes like that. So it's just funny.
I agree. So when we had decided it would be comedy, we wanted the comedy to be layered. So in more episodes, you will see that there are times that you have seen the good, you have seen the bad and the wahala. You also see the good. You also see the. So there are times that we wanted it to be layered comedy. How can you tell comedy in such a way that people enjoy it? Because I've watched and I love comedy. I love to laugh. But sometimes I watch skits and I'm like, well, we also need amazing storytelling. We need storytelling that sticks. That you say, this was so brilliant. Like, they're so stupid. Like, do you ever watch people and you're like, why? God, why them? Do you understand? And I remember after we finished, that was what we wanted to key into. Why them? And I remember seeing the first script from Hawa, and I said, oh, Hawa, you're phenomenal, because it takes.
Also, Hawa wrote the script.
Yes, Hawa wrote the script. So when I had come up with the idea, I said, Hawa, we need to create this show in such a way. Hawa is one of the most talented scriptwriters, and I always say it. Hawa, you're an amazing screenwriter. And I told her, we need to write the script in such a way that I read it and I'm laughing. I don't need it to be acted out. I said, don't worry. When I saw the first draft of the script, I said I'm going to be rich. Wow. When I laughed. I remember reading the first script and I'm like, you're so insane, but that's what we need. Do you get? And she's like, okay, Tobe, what do you want? Feed me more. Like, tell me how you want to choose the guy. I said, okay, we need X, we need Y, we need Z. Right.
So is that why she's always reporting to Afa?
I'm sure you see. Right? Do you get? And I'm like, so it's such a funny blend because she's Muslim and I'm Christian. So that's why I also say pastor in the show. It's such a good marriage of, and that's why I really love this show. It's such a reality. That's true. We see conventional plays on love, like, oh, you love me, I love you not. And while love is amazing, but there are also so many other angles to love. I like to tell African stories. Genuinely, that's who I am. And Hawa also keys into that. Hawa loves to tell traditional, so she loves to tell stories that are us, that are owned by us. And when we started, that was like one of our. We're going to tell our story.
So who can relate?
Who can relate?
Yeah.
By us, for us. We didn't change our names. We said Tobe. We maintained the same. Now we've got married. How did we get married? And we're young. Don't answer.
We don't know.
We don't. How did we get this? My uncle died.
Are you guys?
Our it was like your uncle willed it to you. But at some point, you said that it was a list.
Yes. Also, because we want the story to feel fresh. We want the story to feel, because we've also seen a lot of. It's easy to create agony in humor. Do you understand? We want agony in humor that is soft. You're like, this was they just don't have sense. It's unfortunate that Good, Bad and Wahala is such an amazing story. Not just because it's my movie. Please. I think it's an
amazing one. But I'm asking, like, what's up with you and Hawa?
Oh, she's an amazing person. She's
She is. She's
so amazing.
Yeah, I know Hawa. She's very amazing. She's sweet. She's everything. But what's up with you and Hawa?
Like, when we look up, we usually see the sky, but like,
I thought Jesus wiped the sky away.
I'm confused. You're asking me
what are you confused?
What's up with Hawa? You don't ask me 10 times.
This guy you're seeing.
You don't ask me.
What's up with you and Hawa? Do you like Hawa? Calm down. Relax. Relax. Well, let's come back. Are you eyeing Hawa? Is she entering your eyes?
So also, because I'm a lawyer, you have to be direct with me. When you say entering my eyes,
is she entering your eyes
for something?
Yes.
So if I should look now, I would see you in my eye.
I'm on your eye. Look well.
Close the eye.
Look well.
So when I look, I see a camera. I see you.
Oh, good. Okay, Tobe.
Yes.
Do you like Hawa?
As
girlfriend.
So also
do you think you and Hawa would take it further from this friendship to, because I'm saying potential in both of you, because you cannot understand life. You cannot understand life and marriage. That marriage is not a bed of roses, but it's not bed of roses, and it's not a one-way thingy, right? It's something that will come with a lot of hurdles and how did they used to say it? But I never married before, but come with a lot of wahala.
Yes.
So, but you now know that despite the wahala, there's also the fun part of marriage, and despite when they go order a zoo. You're urging you guys, so you now understand. Like I see the connection between the both of you, right? And I see that you guys, I feel like you guys do well. But yes, it just goes beyond just the movie. You guys made it seem like we actually really like each other and we can do this for real.
I'm amazing you think that. I've taken your feedback into consideration. I was speaking I think you're so I think you're a great observer. That's so great observer.
Wow, that's so smart of you. Wow, your mind now.
I think you're such an amazing observer.
Tell us,
it's so amazing.
But you like Hawa?
So when you say it's also very funny because Hawa is amazing, and that is an amazing friend to me. So when you say I'm also of the. Also, I also believe you personally. You like to ship a lot of people together, So I was also going to ask, do you like your? Oh,
this is my son.
Oh, okay. Crazy, but as
crazy. Crazy because I'm also she's crazy. I mean, you talk about that with her later. I personally wouldn't take that.
But answer your question.
No, I also answer.
So answer my question. No, you're just saying how I know. I love Hawa. See, trust me.
You do. Okay, do you like Hawa?
I love Hawa.
Do you like Hawa?
I mean, I love Hawa. I just said so. That's even more than like. I love Hawa because
I genuinely love her. She's an amazing.
See, ever since I saw her on TikTok, right? I just fell in love with her because one thing I really like about her is her confidence. You know, it's not everybody in her, and I'm trying to use my word carefully, not to be religious or whatever, but it's not everybody like her that would want to bring themselves out like that. And and I like the way she's doing it with style, same as Taoma, how that one too, how she came out and then she expressed herself so well, and then she did it with respect. Nobody showing, she did it with so they're doing their thing, right? And I love it, and I love Hawa for that. I love that she's very smart and intelligent.
Brilliant. My baby has masters.
My
babe.
Am I your
baby? Yes, of course.
Baby.
Yes, of course.
Baby.
I actually have that. Baby.
See?
Yeah, that comes out this weekend. Well, anyway.
I wish you guys the best. To be honest.
Episode 4 and 5 comes out this weekend. Yes.
Comes out this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, we go again.
We go again. I love it.
We go again. All right. So yes, thank you very much for joining us today on the show. We appreciate your presence and we love everything you've said today. And thank you for inspiring the young ones. You're just 23, amazing, and you're doing big things. Oh my God!
So we do like big things.
I'm very ambitious, so I really like a big career. I love
big things according to Young John's song.
You know how
I'm not going to go through the corners with
you. Today
I'm very ambitious.
I like you're just a lawyer, not a politician.
I know what's fun. I would love to go into leadership. I think we need refreshing voices like me. Vote me for governor.
Yes, governor that his house is not stable yet. No.
So to be fair, we grow.
Settle yourself with Hawa.
Grow.
Well, we love it and we want to see more of it. New episode is coming out. So yes, guys.
Watch Good Bad and Wahala on YouTube. If you haven't watched, go watch it now. Watch it 1 to 1.
Yes, the good, the bad and Wahala. Look for it on YouTube. Watch it and just laugh your way out. You guys, you enjoy it.
It's the best thing you can watch this week. I vow. Yeah. I swear. if you don't like it, message me. I'll give back your data.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like Sanu.
So the last time I watched him,
you like him. You know
my data.
I don't quote more than half. I say if you don't like it, you don't quote more than half of the film. You talk with him, he said no talk.
Okay, so before you go, we usually like ask our guests about their craziest experience in Lagos. So like, can you tell us your craziest experience in Lagos?
Lagos.
Especially that you even came from Benin to Lagos. Actually, life is different there.
Life is very different. Lagos is very fast. Lagos is very fast. What's my craziest? Because crazy things have happened. Man, crazy things are happening. Tell me something. Someone said, if Junior Tobe see life now, things don't fall apart. What is crazy? So
spill it.
No, I was thinking of how crazy. Maybe that when I started,
you were driving and someone just inside your lane and you're like,
that in Lagos I always say like road rage is insane in the sense that somebody can come down from your car and start banging your car. And I always wonder that you're not even scared.
You don't even know who I am.
I'm ritualist. Do you understand?
And I disappear you.
Do you understand? I always say Lagosians are not scared. Lagosians are very bold. When I started living in Lagos, I started off having a clothing brand. So that's the only way my mom would allow me to come to Lagos. I say I'm trying to buy stuff. Yes, I'm buying materials to sew clothes. I had a tailor. He used to tell me, so next time I'll go to Yaba, and I remember giving him one style. This is not even crazy. This man said he's not going to make this style for me.
Why?
And I'm like, why? He said, no, it's not a good style. What kind of cloth is this? And I remember just thinking to myself, now mind you, I'm 17. And I'm like, are you unwell? Because how can I pay you money? So somebody say things like, I should beat in the car when I come. I didn't even mind.
Oh really? You should say that.
Yeah.
Now wow.
Yeah, I don't agree on the karaoke. And I remember him saying, because I was like, I had said that, I want to start making clothes for everybody. So the shorts I was making for girls was quite short. He said, no.
All right.
No, this is not. No, what is this for? Is it boxers? No. No. And I remember just singing to myself, I'm paying this one. I paid this one, and I always think those are one of the craziest things. When I started coming to Lagos also, I used to lie that I knew my way when I didn't know. So some days I can enter instead of me to enter bus to CMS, I enter bus to maybe Oshodi. When I get there, I'll be looking. And I only knew one thing: don't tell anybody you don't know where you're going.
Yes.
That's so fact.
Just act, just blend in.
So I can blend. I've
just
got
pretend.
into a leg, but I'm shaking. I said,
how did I get here?
And at that point, there were no bikes. So I'm just beg bike man. I said, sir, just tell me. Where should I go? I'm here. I'm trying to go to Aja. Show me Aja. And I remember that those were one of the things that really stood out to me. That and I remember my mom would say, Tobe, don't tell anybody you don't know here. Don't ask. Call me. Because my mom in Lagos. Because I will go, I will not tell her in Lagos. I can't call you again. I mean, you see? So I think that's one of the craziest. Like, I would never say it. No, if I don't know my way, driver, I will just stop me here. From here, I would just maybe beg a bike man. Say that was one thing I never tell anybody you don't know where I'm going.
All right, so who would you consider the worst TikTok influencer you know?
Who would I consider the worst TikTok influencer? You know, I always say I'm a creator's creator. So long you're putting in work, you're not doing bad. There's no I've never seen anybody consider like cringe. Just say I don't like it now. I feel like maybe it's also because of my influencing. I started off trying to build my confidence. So I don't now have, like, I won't tear anyone down. I think everyone is so amazing. Genuinely. This is not even PR answer, genuinely.
You sure?
Can I give us your top 3 best TikTok influencers?
Also, there's me. Of course. Of course. So there's me.
There's Hawa.
So the thing is, I can't even mention 3 if I'm being honest.
Right.
Because have you seen my friends? Have you seen their TikTok videos? Oh my
I don't know why I was just expecting you to say Hawa, Annie, and yourself.
Okay, so I have myself, I have Hawa, I have Beauty, I have Annie, I have Soft. There's so many talented creators. I have Francis Theodore. So many talented creators.
Right.
But who's TikTok? So there's this South African creator that I really like, Grace Mondlane. I really like her. But my friends, I judiciously I watch my friends TikTok.
Right. Okay, so who would you like to work with moving forward? In your movies, in TikTok, influencing, or whatever. Home and abroad. Who would you like?
Thank God you mentioned that abroad.
That abroad is that
abroad. That's how you got me, my queen.
Yeah.
Who would I really like to work with? So I don't know. maybe I'm dreaming too big, but I really like to work with Kanye West, just on because I also really like fashion, so it's something I think of often. I really like to work with US, just something more international. I really like Grace in South Africa. So Grace in South Africa, I really like the Oddity. I would really like to work with her.
Alright, so this brings us to the end of the session. It's already 3:00 on the dot. So today walk with us all through to 3 p.m.
It was going to be a short one.
It was supposed to be a short one.
Would you like?
Nah, that's not true. But we've been enjoying the conversation so far. We don't want it to end, to be honest. I really don't want it to end. I just want it to continue.